Someone asked me a little while ago why it is that I think that rural people tend to vote conservative. I guess I'm a good person to ask about that because I lived half of my life in a rural area and then I lived half of my life in an urban area, and now I've come back to a rural area as an adult. So I have sort of really seen the differences between the two worlds quite well. And I can see why people in rural areas really have a problem with politicians and with the media, and it's mainly just because they ignore rural areas. They don't see rural people. They think of them as just a bunch of uneducated dumb yokels who don't know how the world works, who are racist and who are hyper religious and who just aren't in touch with reality. And that's just such a dismissive narrative. First of all, there's two different kinds of education. There's like educated in a school, and then there's educated in life. Two different kinds of educations. And people out here who've been educated in life, they refer to people from the city as cityots. That's a new phrase that didn't exist when I was young. That one's kind of come around in the last few years. Because cityots don't know anything about how the world works. They don't know where their food comes from. They just go into a grocery store and there it is right in front of them. Whereas the people out here, they know every single step in the growing process. They raise the animals, they grow the food, they're the truckers that transport it from one place to another. The greenhouses, we see there's a greenhouse that's miles away and I can see it glowing all night long like it's the sunset. People in the city just flick a light switch and the lights turn on. A hydro just shows up. People out here, they actually see it. We see the windmills with their blinky lights all around us. Those are not for us. Those are sending electricity to the cities. The people out here work at the Bruce nuclear plant. They see what goes into producing the electricity that people in the city just expect to be there and don't know what to do if it's not there. Everybody out here has a generator because if the power goes out across the province, the urban areas are the first ones to get their electricity turned back on. And sometimes it can be days before we get electricity out here. And the media and the politicians, they argue about stuff that doesn't mean anything here. They're arguing about stuff that do not affect our lives, whereas the stuff that does affect our lives gets completely ignored. I can probably make 3 more videos about this topic, so let's go for it.